Hello there and welcome. In this video I got you 10 different starting build combos that you can use to get some powerful things in your build before the game has even started. They're mostly about either physical form, cultural trade, starting tomes, and or heroes that you choose. So I hope that by the end of this video you have a couple of ideas for your new builds, and I also can see that in this category here there's way more than just 10 ideas, so if you want to see a sequel of this video, let me know. I can see that this might be way more than just one video. Now, the first thing that I want to introduce to you is a combination that I specifically love to play on my Dark Culture runs. It is very simple, albeit powerful, because the Dark Culture lacks internal support. We pick Herbivore for a one-time consume flora ability, 20 HP, free action, and we also choose in the next screen the Ritual Cannibals trait. So this gives you then again the corpse eating ability, which gives you again a free healing. The herbivore skill can only be worked with plants on, while this one here can only be worked with fallen units on. The nice caveat about that is that corpse eating also shuts down necromancy shenanigans, because you can't resurrect something that has been already eaten. This gives you soft support and powerful sustain for various builds. I mean, Dark Culture happens just to be the one that utilizes this mechanic the best, in my humble opinion, but I can see this clearly working for stuff like Barbarians, for example, as well. So number 2 I want to introduce is a combo that is specifically for me working most of the time on the Mystic best. So this is a combo for any form of battle magic build, and goes like this. You go for gifted casts first to get yourself cheaper spells and more casting capacity, and the other component would be powerful evokers. So powerful evokers then gives you more damage on your spells, and most importantly, you gain the capability to field battle mages and supporters for even more combat casting points, and you get to start with a battle mage unit. Like I said initially, the Mystic Culture gets the best out of this, but I think this also can work on High Culture, for example, quite decently well. The key thing here is that you need battle mages and supporters and spells that you want to cast a lot, and then this becomes a very, very potent combo. Number 3, Feudal Culture loves this combo, but I can see this also working for other cultures as well. So you can pair up Prolific Swarmers for a very, very cheap tier 1 roster and low unit upkeep with Ruthless Raiders. Ruthless Raiders gives you draft whenever you kill something and gold, and Prolific Swarmers gives you a very, very low cost, low rank income of troops. Feudals have tier 1 troops that evolve into tier 3 troops. Therefore, this is an insanely good mechanic. There's currently, sadly, no other species culture out there that I know of that can utilize this mechanic as well as the feudals, because the rest is all tomes, and tome creatures don't get the racial tier 1 units effect. So this is one combo where I must say nobody gets the best out of both worlds as the feudals. Feel free to interchange the Ruthless Raiders into something else, because Prolific Swarmers in itself is already very, very good for the feudals. This is just the combo to get a extremely quick unit swarm on the field and constantly more money to recruit them. Number 4, this is a really, really nice combo that you can utilize generally to get free cities under control, and it works really fine for many builds. Goes like this. You go for Chosen Uniters on one end to get more out of your vassals, more Whispering Stone, and more, well, the Rally of Leashes thing is here more of the icing on the cake. And the other element of the combo is Keepers of Knowledge. So whenever you research something new, the free cities that you have a Whispering Stone on like you more. And you can also grind out more knowledge out of borders. But the basic interaction here is science is something you want to do anyways. You have 2 Whispering Stones right from the get-go. With this combo, you can get yourself 2 vassals under control very, very quickly, and you get a lot of profit out of that. And Keepers of Knowledge also comes with the All-Seeing trait, meaning that your 2 Whispering Stones yield 15 knowledge each, which is very powerful, especially in the early game. These 30 points of knowledge weigh a lot. Number 5 is a combo which I specifically had a Storm Giant for in mind, but I think I can see this working for various other things. We use Experienced Seafarers, because this gives you massive income bonuses from coast, river, and water tags on the domain, which the Storm Giant can provide via terraforming spell he gets delivered with. And the other one you go for is Talented Collectors. Talented Collectors is interesting for the Storm Giant especially, simply out of the reason because they love to forge their own gear. So you get cities that benefit from the terraforming the giant provides, and a very, very high affinity towards items that you can create for yourself, and you gain more bang for your buck whenever you capture a magic material. So it's a pretty powerful thing, especially when you play Storm Giant, but I can see Experienced Seafarers and Talented Collectors work quite well together, as long as you can be sure that there are enough coast, river, and water provinces, that is. Without these, combo sucks, but Storm Giant can guarantee that this happens. So, number 6 is a dragon combo. I don't know how well it would work with other cultures or species or heroes, but here goes. Dragons earn gold for items in their hoard. Equipment Hoarders gives you mana for items in your hoard. Also, you gain more items when you clean up stuff. This is doubly efficient for your Dragon Ruler, because now you get more items, and you get even more of the items that you don't wear. The next element in the combo is Reclaimers. Reclaimers gives you access to the item forge right from the get-go, which is really cool for the dragon itself, because you can then forge yourself claws and whatnot. But you also gain access to a better essence and fragment income, which allows you to forge more items, which you then turn into income. Eventually, when your income of binding essence and fragments is high enough, you can't just tinker things that are never meant to be used, but for lying around and generating income. It's a strategy that will be available to you from turn 1 by just picking these 2 traits. I like it. Now, number 7 is a combo that I see mostly working well for the industrious. So, Perfectionist Artisans is one part of the combo. It makes all city structures way more costly, but it also offers us more profit and an extra tier 3 unit. Pair this up with a Stone Giant now, which is able to terraform new mountains that we can prospect with. This production deficit is not so longer a big problem. Alongside, we pick Wonder Architects, which then gives us more productivity for the city we start with, which is good for the Perfectionist Artisans thing. And the next step is just that we select for this specific cultural run only locations that have ancient wonders in their vicinity. So basically, wherever you see a wonder, you want to build a city. And the rest you do with prospecting. So with this combo, you want to print out a ton of scouts, prospect a lot, so you get production points out of that, because you get either gold production points or items when you prospect. So pick a Stone Giant to multiply the capacities of that, and eventually you'll have stupidly strong cities, and wonders are so much more worth with the Wonder Architects trait, especially if you are lucky enough to get more than just one ancient wonder. Number 8. So this is one that goes for basically any build that likes to swarm on level 1 with many units and shred the enemy to pieces. You can use this with the Tome of the Horde or any other tome that has low budget unit enchantments to make low tier units hit harder. So the combination here goes like Mana Addicts for the mana addiction, which gives you life steal whenever you cast a spell, and Gifted Casters to give you the capacity to cast spells a ton. This is very simple, albeit this deceptively powerful. Not only do you get now self-healing units whenever you cast a spell, and spells that come off cheap, you also have access already to 2 astral affinity points, which means you only need to fetch yourself 1 more affinity point, so you have access to tier 3 astral tomes, which belong, in my opinion at least, to the most powerful in the game. So this is a very nice combination for every build that likes to swarm the battlefield, but especially the Mystics with their Starblade attunement are, I think, the most synergistic culture to play with if you want to take this combo on a power fantasy. Number 9 is one that I personally like to bring in with order-centric builds, or whatever you want to go with free city interactions. You pick up Keepers of Knowledge for the all-seeing bonus and the things that I have mentioned before. And this time you don't go for Chosen Uniters, but for Silver Tongued. For one, you can trade magic materials for free, and the other thing is you get to start with Court of Whispers, which gives you, again, a second Whispering Stone, and as we have Keepers of Knowledge, we can generate knowledge out of these Whispering Stones. The real nice deal about this combo is that you start with the trade that allows you to plot down your Whispering Stones even if the cities are under enemy control. So builds that want to interact a lot with free cities love this combination, because you take the free ones easily and you can still infiltrate the enemy cities, and you can just directly convert your Imperium income into extra Whispering Stones, which then yield directly more knowledge income, which is very powerful in combination with order-centric builds that have more Whispering Stones again. Now, number 10 is one further combination that is wild when you want to go for a more unit-centric free city approach. You pick up here again Chosen Uniters, but this time we go in Bannerlords as a secondary approach. This has 2 advantages. First up, you start with the nearest city revealed. That means you have already a bit of your cartography done. Don't underestimate this advantage. This means you innately know into which direction you can build your second city without bumping accidentally into already taken territory. But the real kicker here is the combination of Rally of Allegiance plus 1 rank of recruitment and occurring twice as often. You will have the opportunity to recruit city units crazy fast with this combination, while maintaining a firm grip on the free cities around you. Downside, doesn't work so well if you have no free cities around you. Pick this on any culture that you want when you want to go crazy with the free city gameplay. So, there's way more than these. I hope you enjoy this kind of stuff, so let me know what you think. Leave me a like, consider subscribing, and feel free to support the channel via ways and means down in the description box, YouTube channel memberships, whatever you please. I just want to say thanks to all of you who do support Icon Gaming, and I want to say thanks for watching this video. I hope you had a good time, hope you found something you liked, and see you all on the next one.